You know what's crazy? Anytime this topic gets brought up, this is always the response. Anytime you try to tell women that it shouldn't matter whether or not a guy makes more money than you or not, they always come back with this, saying that men can't handle a woman who makes more money than him. But in all honesty, most men really don't care either way. Whether you make more money than him, less money than him, most men, it really does not matter. The thing that they don't like is when you make more money than him and you don't let him forget about it. You say some men can't deal with women that makes more money. She doesn't even have to flaunt it. But that's the thing. If a woman makes more than a man, that's all she does is flaunt it. She will not let that man forget that she makes more money than him. It's not the fact that you have more money than him. It's the fact that y'all got a nasty ass attitude attached to that money. Constantly throwing in his face what you bought for him or what you paid for and what he can't afford. Constantly throwing it out there. I don't need no man. I pay for my own house, my own car. I don't need no man, yada, yada, yada. Which, okay, you paid for your own stuff. Good for you. You are a functioning adult. Congratulations. But when you're putting it out there, oh, I paid for this, I did this, I got my own business, I don't need you, you're literally running men away. Because if you feel like your financial success is fulfilling all of your needs and you're constantly reminding men that you don't need him because you are financially successful, of course they are not going to want to waste their time with you because you let it be known that you don't need them. But when you come home at night to an empty house and an empty bed, keep that same energy. There is nothing wrong with a strong and independent woman who can take care of herself. There is nothing wrong with that. But when you're constantly reminding a man that you're strong and independent and you don't need him for nothing, he ain't good for nothing, why would he waste his time with you? Don't nobody want to be somewhere where they're constantly reminded that they're not needed, because eventually that's going to translate to you're not appreciated. So you really can't be surprised that men try to steer away from women like that, because who really wants to deal with that type of stuff?
Men don't care about a woman making more money. I'm gonna make that a 60-40 toss up in the air. And I'm not gonna say which side. I think a lot of them do care. But I will say this right here. What she's saying is absolute facts, because you wanna know, man, a lot of times, man, when they walk around with their chest out, knowing that they have more bread than a man, rubbing it all up in his face, that's basically like them flexing on their so-called accomplishment, aka survival tactics. Because in a world where I guess it's male dominated, or in a world where men are breadwinners, typically breadwinners in relationships, a lot of women do not like to be controlled. And nobody should want to be controlled, but I think it's the feeling of it's the controlling energy which makes a lot of women go out here, a lot of chicks go out here and get their bread up so they can walk away, and so they can walk their path and say, look, this is me, this is how I'm operating things, and you can't tell me nothing. But when you put yourself in a position where a man is actually taking care of you and stuff like that, a lot of women really can't handle that. So it's a very masculine trait if you allow it to get to your head. If you allow that thing to get to your head, what she said was absolutely right. You're gonna end up letting that thing to get to your head, and you're gonna be in an apartment or a house by yourself. And you know what that does is, why do you think a lot of successful women, and when I say successful, a lot of women that are wealthy, make a lot of money, a lot of them out here are single, bro. They are single, they get around, and they really can't find that mate. Now, a lot of people will say this, and they're in a tax bracket with all the other guys that make just as much money as them. Yeah, but that pool is very, very small. That pool is small, and ego enters the chat when she got bread and he got bread. And a lot of people, I think a regular chick that just make regular ass money, and I'm not gonna put a cap on it, I think they're better off in the dating world than the ones that actually do make the money. So it's almost like a damn if you do, damn if you don't type of thing. So when you are a woman that make bread, get your cheese, get your cheddar, you make bank, I think that if you allow it to get to your head, you're gonna allow a lot of Pookies and Ray Rays to enter the chat. because then it becomes that you're basically like a walking ATM machine and they won't end. All the dust is gonna enter the chat. They're gonna be beating on your door because they ain't scared of you. They want something from you. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. So it's almost like the same thing when a man walking around with a whole bunch of cheddar. He's stacked up, papered up. He's gonna get a whole bunch of attention from Dusties and a whole bunch of people, from women, chicks, who really don't have his best intentions. You're gonna get attention in general, but the best thing to do is always be humble. Get your cheddar, stay quiet, and don't allow that to interfere with your dating life and your relationship especially. Because at the end of the day, man, we all need some love. And the last thing you want to do is allow your money to be your master. Allow your money to do all the talking for you. And that's not cool, because everybody can have a bad day. You can wake up one day and it can all end. And what can that money really do for you at the end of the day when it comes to having good people in your life? So that's my take on it. Stay humble out here, man. Stay humble out here. By all means, get your paper. But also, when you boast about it and you project it, you project that energy out there that you got it all figured out, and you rubbing it all in people's face, oh yeah, the Dusties are definitely going to enter the chat. And most of them aren't going to be remorseful for the things they do to you. They're going to come with intentions, and those intentions are going to be bad and dangerous. So it's best to just stay quiet and low key, man. If you're taking care of somebody, don't rub it all up in their face. Don't let them have it. If you're going to help somebody and just stay silent, man. Stay silent and just do you. Helping people and having money shouldn't have to come with loud bragging rights. You can have bragging rights within, but don't let other people see that, because then you're going to allow them to weaponize their intentions on you. That's all I got to say about that.